So the fixture import for Play Cricket. So we're on the desktop version, which is where you'll need to come to start looking through this and importing it into the platform. As long as you've got admin access, we can come to the Manage button here on the left-hand side. In here, you've got all your different tools, etc. But the one we're looking at is right down at the bottom here, which is our Import Fixtures button. Then come to the click to start option and you'll be given a list. Obviously, in this instance, we want to be going through and selecting our Play Cricket one. For now, just so that I'm not sharing fixtures of clubs in the future, I'll go back to 2023. But if you leave it on your current year, then that will bring through all the fixtures that you need for that particular season. Enter your Play Cricket site ID. Now, this is the number. If you don't know what this is, it's the bottom or the number in the bottom right-hand corner of your Play Cricket page. It can range in its length, but ultimately that's where you can go to find that. Enter that in, hit OK. And this will then give us some options, really. So it might be that your club's only got a couple of teams, in which case, you're happy to do all of them. It might be like we've got in this instance, we've got a junior section to consider here as well. You might have your junior fixtures on at one point, and your senior fixtures aren't there and ready yet. So you've got those choices. In this instance, I'll just select these top two teams for now, and then you can just go through, hit confirm. We do also have a filter, so if you have gone through and drawn in your events, but a couple more get added onto Play Cricket because you're going on a bit of a cup run or there's other games that get put on there, you can then use this to still go through that process and draw those fixtures in, but it won't then just like re-include fixtures you're duplicating. So hit on yes or no here, depending on your preference. Like you can see here, we've got a full list of all of those fixtures that you can have a look through. Now, as you can see on some of these, we've got a green line running underneath a few of those sections and not on others. Basically, the ones with the green lines, we've already recognized what that information is, and that will be filtered straight into your event. So realistically, there's nothing for you to do here. The fixture ID, the notes, the start, and the match time, that will all be drawn through. Even if there isn't a start time, if it's empty, it should still have a green line going underneath it. It will just mean when you import it, it says TBC. You can go in, change the times, edit the event as and when you want to once it's imported. The real bits to focus on, though, are then just getting these sections here. So firstly, with the teams. So if you come to our home club team here, as you can see, we've got these different labels that go underneath all of our different headers here. And if I select on this one, what it will ask me to do, and what we're essentially doing here is just saying which club name in this list is us as the home side. So if I hit set info, this will give us a list of all of those. It should automatically select, but we just want to make sure that that is being entered correctly. So all you need to do is make sure that your club here is highlighted, hit set, and then as you can see here, that has now shown us as the home team at the top. And then the opponent here has got the green line under it, as there's nothing further for us to then do. Do that again on the away. Again, check this is all okay, hit set. And that basically puts us in the position whereby all the opposition has been identified. Now all we need to do is basically then just link up the team and where that team correlates to our club structure within Teemo. So if I come to this little question mark icon here, this will then show us our club structure, all the different teams and groups you've created, and I can now link this to the team I want. So this is my first team here. I can select on that team, and then what that will do is highlight that in every occasion in this list. So you're only doing that once. And I can do the same for that here in my second team as well. And that's pretty much all you need to do. Obviously, the more teams, the more times you'll go through and do that. The same goes for this side here as well. Select on my teams like so. And that's pretty much that section done. Once you've got the green lines running under all of them, you're good to sort of move through to the next step. Now, in this instance, we've then got the competition data that we're drawing through from Play Cricket, so we can link that to the event. Again, selecting on this little question mark here will get us through to that next stage, selecting on the team that you want this competition linked to. And then we can either choose from one of the competitions we've already added, or if it's a new one, your team's been promoted, or it's a cup, or whatever it might be, you can add that in here as well. What can happen on Play Cricket is you might find on here, if it is a friendly game, it will have this box empty. Again, if you just hit friendly, it will select that and apply that as a friendly match to all the times that that box is free of any text. But it's very simple. Again, just hit on the add competition. A lot of this will be drawn through automatically. You can do a few different things here. For example, you might not necessarily want all of this at the beginning. You might want to format this a little bit differently. If, changing the text around is completely up to you. You can add a competition website, which would obviously be the Play Cricket site for that particular league. And you've also got the ability to decide whether this is a league or a cup as well. But ultimately, yeah, we're just going through, saving that competition. And like you see with everything else we've done so far, that will go through and add all of that for you there. Lastly, then, we just need to go through and add the ground where this event is taking place. So again, question mark icon, and we can come through and apply that to potentially some of the locations we might have created already, or indeed creating our new locations in here as well. So if I just go through this one as an example, hit on new location, it might draw some of this information through for you already. If it doesn't, it will look a lot like this and sort of keep it blank. What we can then do is go in and basically select exactly what sort of type of venue this is. Is it home? Is it away? You do have the question mark here as well, but you'll probably find it's more useful to use either one of these icons anyway. What we then want to do is go through and make sure that we're applying the correct address information into here as well. The quickest way to do that probably is just through your postcode, which you can enter into the section here. So if I just enter the postcode in there like so, we can look up by postcode and then it will attach the rest of that information in there. Like you can see, we've got the map view, which it did show up immediately. But again, we're basically just making sure all the information is in there. We've got the title of what this location is going to be referred to as, so that all we would need to do is hit on that save button there. That creates that location for us, but also it's now linked that up to every time it says this text up here at the top. So all we would then need to do is go through the away locations as well to get that green line going right the way across of all of our different events. Once you've then done that, if I come to the right-hand side here, you've got this little save icon, which gives you a few different options. So we can save this individual fixture just in one. If we've got a green line under all of them, we can hit that save all to bottom, which will save and import all of those fixtures in one go. You can delete the row if you don't want to import that fixture at all. And we've also got this view fixture button, which will basically give you a preview of that event, what it looks like in the app on the right-hand side there as well, just to make sure you've not missed anything. It's showing all the information you're expecting it to. We've then got a few different settings here on the right-hand side. So you can set a default meet time. So if it's always half an hour before all these games, you can set it as half an hour and that will automatically apply that to whatever the match time says here. We've got your match fee as well. So if this is a senior game and you want to apply your senior match fee, you can attach that here. And again, that will link to all of these events. And then you've got your different prompts, our availability deadlines, your different notifications, all the different tools that you may well have seen when you're going through and creating these events in the app or elsewhere. You can set these preferences to all of these matches all in one go. But as I say, the only other thing to do is just to come into here, hit on that save button, and that will then go through and create and import that match. As you can see, like it's done, it will mark as great. And obviously we'll do that for all of those events once you've got that green line running underneath it.
So if I were to click on save all to bottom there, would that import all of those fixtures that have the green line the whole way across?
That's correct, yeah. So you'd need to make sure that all of those green lines in this instance, I mean, it's only the away fixtures in this example at the moment, but yes, it will do all of those in one go. So however many we've got, and that will then create them without you having to save them all one at a time, which obviously...
So if I haven't got the away fixture venue completed, I
Yeah,
would not be able to import them.
that's correct. Yeah. So we would need to have that information, so that you can obviously go through that process if it's coming to go through all of them in one go. Similarly to what we were talking about with the sort of the match time, if that is empty and there is no location yet attached to this game, it will do exactly the same thing. It will just mark it as TBC. It'll have the green line going underneath it, but that would only be in a scenario whereby there is no location data linked to the event.
Sure. That makes sense. And so once I've uploaded, these will then just show in the relevant team pages and on the club calendar for me to kind of go
Yeah,
through and see what's going on.
absolutely. So yeah, all of that will then be linked up, and especially when we're talking about the members and the players in these teams specifically, the next time they go into the app post you doing this import, as long as they're in those teams, they will be able to see those events, update their availability, and all the different bits and pieces you might have set up in regarding to the preferences we were talking about earlier would just be automatically going out and sort of being actioned live for the different team members that it's going to be involving.
Brilliant. Thank you. And it's as simple as that.
Absolutely.